If you're interested in making your own stickers or you have a small sticker business, you've probably wondered how to get that nice professional finish on your stickers. So today I'm taking you guys behind the scenes and showing you exactly how I laminate my stickers, what supplies I use, and how to get that smooth, clean finish. All right, let's make some stickers. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin if you're new, and I make videos about my Christian stationery business. And today I'm going to be showing you guys step by step how to level up your stickers by adding laminate to them. Now before I get into the rest of the video, we should ask ourselves, why should I or shouldn't I add laminate to my stickers? I'll break down both pros and cons, that way you can make an objective decision for yourself. So some of the pros that I would consider is that it would improve the quality of your stickers. Next, it can also protect your stickers from environmental factors like water and UV rays. And also, it can make your stickers a lot more durable. Overall, that would be super good for your business just to be able to improve your products. Also, if you're making stickers to sell them, I think it would just become a better product by adding laminate, and that way your customers would have something of a higher quality. The only cons that I can think of is that first, there is a slight learning curve to figuring out how to apply laminate and how to prevent like the bubbles and the creases and the folding, and that could take some time to figure out. And the other thing is that it could be costly depending on what kind of laminate that you use. But I do think sometimes it's worth investing more for higher quality. So if you're able to or have the capacity to use laminate, I would highly recommend that you do. But for this video, I'm partnering with Agodeo and their new laminating sheets. You guys should totally check them out. Feel free to use this promo code on the screen for a discount. One of the things that I really like about these laminating sheets is that you don't necessarily need to have a machine or a laminator. You can just use them on its own with a squeegee or a ruler. They're self-adhesive, so you literally just peel off the backing, place it down on your design, and smooth it out with a flat edge. And if you're someone like me who doesn't have a laminator at home, this makes it really simple. This laminate also protects your sticker designs from any fingerprints, spills, or stains, so you can easily wipe the surface without worrying about damaging the design underneath. Thank you again, Agodeo, for sponsoring this video. All right, now let's talk the supplies that you'll need. I'll link everything that I use in this video down below, so if you want to use the exact products that I've used, you can check them out down below. As I mentioned, you will want a laminate, and these come in a variety of different finishes. Some have just a plain look to them, and it can be glossy or matte. There's also holographic and glittery designs like this one. It has hearts on them. And if you want to check out the laminating sheets that I used for this video, I'll link them down below. Next, you'll want pretty good quality sticker paper, or if you're just trying it out, you can just get any brand of sticker paper. I like using this one by the brand Joyiza. However, if you need a few recommendations, you can check out this video where I tried 4 different kinds of sticker papers so that you don't have to. Next, you'll need a printer or somewhere that you can print your stickers, like a library or the post office or Office Depot, any place like that. I have the Canon MF654 CDW, and honestly, it's a really great laser printer. It's definitely worth the investment. Now, to cut your stickers, you'll need like some sort of cutting machine, or a good pair of scissors would work as well. I have my handy dandy Cricut machine, but scissors work too if that's all you have. And lastly, to apply the laminate, you'll need a squeegee. I use this one by the brand Tech Wrap, and I love this because it has like this felt edge to it, so it's going to be really nice and smooth. But if you're not able to purchase a squeegee, a ruler and a soft kind of cloth or fabric would work as well. You kind of just got to makeshift it into a squeegee. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to recommend using a squeegee because I've never used a ruler before, and I'll explain later on why I don't use a ruler. But yeah, get yourself a good squeegee. So first, you'll want to print your stickers like I've done so here. And even though I have a laser printer, I'm going to let it dry for 1 to 2 minutes before I put the laminate on. Now, once it's dried and ready to go, if you're using a Cricut machine, you'll want to lay it on your Cricut mat and line it up in the corners. You can use your squeegee or ruler and cloth to make sure that's really nice and stuck on the mat. And if you even need to, you can use tape as well. Now, before you add the laminate, you want to look at the sticker paper to make sure that there's no dust or fuzz particles or anything like that before you put on the laminate, because it'll stick underneath that. So just make sure it's clean. Make sure you're working with a clean surface. Now, once you've printed, cleaned, and placed the sticker paper, we can now add the laminate. So to preface, this is my method for how I use laminate. So it's not 100% foolproof, but it's a method that's worked for me, and it might work for you. It might not. You may have to tweak it a little bit. So this is just my best recommendation for you guys. So what I do first is you have to size the laminate to make sure that it's the size of the paper, especially if you're using a Cricut. So I will line it up and cut the edges so that it fits within the black border lines. Then I peel back the top part, maybe 1/2 an inch of thickness, and fold it all the way down. Then I line up the top part of the sticker sheet and slowly press it downward until I get towards the bottom of the page. Next, I like to use any kind of tool. You can use like tweezers or the end of a paintbrush or just anything to push in the folded edge that you previously just folded. And I do this so that I don't get any fingerprints under the laminate. But if your sticker design doesn't go out that far anyways, then this part doesn't really matter. Now, going from left to right, I will crease the edge with my finger. Now, you'll want to lift up the flap that you just folded and slowly squeegee the laminate on. Now, my tip to not get any air bubbles is to go really slowly from left to right, and I don't apply it evenly. And what I mean by that is when I push the laminate forward, it's not equal on both sides. That's why I don't use a ruler. So I teeter from left to right slowly and steadily. Once the laminate is all the way on, I'll squeegee the entire page back and forth a couple times until I feel like it's good enough. Then I'll place it in my Cricut machine and let it cut my stickers out. If you're using scissors, this is the part where you'll cut out your stickers like you normally would. So here's how the stickers turned out. As you can see, they have a nice glossy appearance and there are no fingerprints whatsoever on the stickers. It instantly upgrades your sticker design, giving them a professional and high-end appearance. So here are some quick tips to have a really smooth finish. First, you want to let your stickers completely dry, especially if you're using an inkjet printer. Those may take a little bit longer for the ink just to settle into the paper. This will help the ink from smudging or smearing across the paper as you put the laminate on. Second, I would say keep your workplace as clean as possible. That way you don't have any dust particles or fuzz on your stickers and then underneath the laminate. You don't want that to happen, so make sure it's clean and tidy. And my next piece of advice is to use a squeegee instead of a ruler. And the reason for this is because a ruler, you can't really go back and forth. I mean, you technically can, but it may be a little bit more difficult. And a squeegee, you can go from side to side. My last tip is to go slow. You know, slow and steady will always win the race in this situation. I've noticed when I'm in a rush or I'm trying to do a lot quicker that I'll notice air bubbles or creases, and that just wastes laminate, and you don't want that to happen. All right, guys, I hope this video was helpful. And if you have any questions on how to apply laminate or run into any issues as you're applying the laminate, feel free to comment them down below, and I'd be happy to help you out or try my best to. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful in any way, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!